Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Wow, we've already got people in the chat. Welcome, welcome. We've got some new people. This is very exciting. We've got a couple people who saying they're here live for the first time. So wonderful. Thank you for joining. If you guys don't already know me, my name is Kathleen Coble, and in this weekly live stream, I'm here to answer all your questions about the Amazon Influencer Program, but we're also going to talk about some fun and exciting topics, things that have been going on this week, ways that we can help maximize our earnings, help each other out, and give some insights, right? So, like I said, we've got some topics. We're trying something new. We're gonna talk about a couple things, answer questions, and yeah, I just want to make this valuable for everyone. Yes, thank you, Michelle. If you guys are here, I would be so grateful if you would just click that thumbs up because that helps me. That helps YouTube get the video out to more people, and so that would be super super helpful if you guys would click the thumbs up if you find this helpful. I got a little something on my screen there. There we go. Wonderful. So let me see. Who do we have here? Hi, Michelle. Wonderful to see you. We've got Intangible Ideas finally get to join live. Love it. Mama Melissa is back. Lovely to see you. Home Hobbies Health, welcome back. Jessica G, this is my first time joining a live instead of listening to the recording. I'm excited. Yay. Welcome, Jessica. I'm very excited for you. And Lori Bloom, same here. First time actually live. Oh, yes. Michelle said, I look forward to these. And yes, please click the thumbs up. Wonderful. We've got Nicole and Sarah and Adventures of Amy and Ellie. Oh, Lori, thank you. Lori said, halfway through your book, very motivating. Thank you for writing it. Thank you for reading it and for buying it. It was definitely a labor of love, but it was one of my bucket list goals to write a book. And so I did it. So if you guys are wondering what are Kathleen and Lori talking about, let me just put that up here real quickly. You can either just buy the book or you can get a free chapter and start reading it. So here's where you can grab your copy of my brand new book, The Unconventional Business Model. It is on sale. And let me just show you what it looks like since I have a copy right here. This is it. This is my beautiful book. And if you guys are wondering what is it all about, it's really all about how to create your own, like how to create a business on your own terms, right? And that's why we call it the unconventional business model, because it just really challenges the fact that, you know, society tells us we have to go to school and get an education, which I still think that you should do, but then also to like get a 9-to-5 job and go to work every day and work until you're 65 and then you can finally retire and do what you want. And I just gosh, that sounds rough. And for some people that's totally fine and they love it and that's fantastic. I still think this book will be motivating, but yeah, it's really about how can you create a business on your own terms. And each lesson is kind of a theme and each chapter is like a theme or a lesson that I've learned kind of along the way in my 15 years of being in business for myself. And yeah, just a lot of interesting insights. And you'll learn a lot about me. I found out there's some stories in there. I had my best friend read it. And she goes, her reaction was, it was great, but I learned a lot about you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, my best friend learned about me in my book. So I guess I talked about a lot of stuff. But yeah, it's very, very business motivated, very inspirational to really just get you on the right path too, especially if you're like feeling discouraged or just not really sure what direction to move in. I think it'll be helpful. So thank you, Lori, for reading it. And I appreciate your kind words about that. All right, we've got people from Texas and Nebraska, Jen from Nebraska. We've got Tammy and let's see, someone from Seattle. Melissa's here. Oh, Michelle, I missed you last week, but worth the wait. Yeah, last week my kids were off school and I really thought I'd be able to do it and it just didn't work out. So that's why I wasn't live last week because my kids were home. And it would have been messy for everyone. Oh, good. Adding it to our website and storefront now. Yeah. If you guys are interested, man, I don't think anyone's made any shoppable videos for it. It's only been out for like a week and a half, barely. So I happily appreciate any real reviews, or I know you guys are way more into shoppable videos. So that would be wonderful too for anyone who is um, who wants to go that route. Big Trucking is here from Arkansas. Nice to see you here again. Wonderful. Nicole said from a retired-ish 54-year-old, couldn't agree more. Yeah, one of the stories that I thank you for saying that. One of the stories that I talk about in the book is somebody that I was interacting with on a pretty frequent basis. And something that they said to me was, I just need to get through the next 10 years so I can retire and then be happy. And when this person said this to me, well, first off, I was speechless. I probably gave like an awkward like smile because I didn't know what to say. But just gosh, I just felt so sorry and sad for that person because I just I don't know. I can't imagine feeling like that. I just need to get through the next 10 years of my life. I can't imagine saying that, feeling that, and let alone saying it to somebody who like I'm not really very close with, where we're not close, at all. But um, yes. Did I get your video review of the course? Yes, I did. So for anybody who, and I apologize if you didn't get an email, I have somebody on my team emailing people to verify your address and just to let you know that we received everything. If you haven't gotten an email, I am very sorry. We are behind and I thought we emailed everyone, but maybe we didn't. If you submitted the form, so if you submitted that form and you sent me a video, um, let me check and just make sure. I think we got them all. I know we're waiting on one more, and I don't remember who it's from. I have to ask my team. But they are actually the page looks awesome that they're putting all these on. But basically, anyone who was an Influence and Earn got an email about a month ago, I want to say, um, asking if they wanted to leave a review for the course, for the program, for Influence and Earn. And then for everyone that did that and filled out the form, you guys are all going to be getting a signed copy of Influence and Earn mailed directly to you. I am still waiting for Amazon to deliver my books to me. They're supposed to come next week. So I'll be signing everything and then shipping it out hopefully by the end of next week. If not, then it'll be the following week. So in the next 2 weeks, you guys will all get the books for anyone that filled out the form. And if you guys are wondering, what are they talking about? We're talking about people in my program, Influence and Earn. And so we're going to dive into our 3 topics and we're going to answer all the questions. But just to let you guys know what we're talking about here, this is Influence and Earn, the Amazon Creator Success System. This is my signature program, and it's actually going to be on sale for Black Friday. So if anyone is interested in getting it before then, maybe I should have just made a coupon code here, but it will be on sale next week or in 2 weeks for Black Friday. So if you guys want an early coupon, you can just email me if you would like at hello@kathleenkoble.com. But this is basically an all-inclusive program, right? It's not just a course, although there is a course, right? It'll help you get in the program. It'll help you get unlocked for on-site commission. But then even more importantly, it's going to help you create good systems and processes for creating your content, for organizing your content, and then tons of strategies for scaling. How can you pick the best products? How can you create the best videos? What are the things you should be doing to make sure you get the optimal placement and all that good stuff? We do live Q&As. We have a private community. What else? We have all these trainings coming up. Our November training is coming out next week. So if you guys are interested, you can scan that link and then either email me for a coupon code or just wait till it goes on sale. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. Let's see. Is it too late to do the video? Time totally slipped away from me. No, you can totally still do a video. Just email it to me. At hello@kathleenkoble.com, and then my team will see that and they'll add that to our spreadsheet list of everything. So, all right. So thank you everyone for joining live. If you guys are here and you're loving it, I would appreciate a thumbs up. That would be super helpful for me. But let's go ahead and talk about our our topics. The first thing I want to talk about are Q4 strategies. We are in the midst of Q4. It is Q4. We are like almost halfway through it, but this is the critical time. Okay. This is the time where you really need to be focusing on your on site content. Offsite is also very important too. So I want to talk about some strategies for that. But I had a strategy call with someone yesterday, and they said, if there was one thing I should be focusing on for the rest of the year, as opposed with, whether it's on site or off site or building my blog or, in getting more engagement with my social media, what should I be doing? And I said, create as much content for on site as you possibly can. And then you can take the next steps and post on your social and repurpose it for YouTube. But creating content for on site is going to be your best shot right now at making those commissions. Unless you have a huge following offsite, then absolutely you need to be doing that too. I personally don't have a huge following off Amazon, but I have been posting, and I do think that it's a very good strategy. But if you are limited with time, like most of us are, especially when we have our business, our family, and jobs and everything else in between, focus on on-site and focus on seasonal items. All right. So this is something else and I just created a video, so that'll be out next week too. But here's what I do every year before the holidays, like right around this time. Okay. If you've been in the program for a year, I want you to go back and look at your stats from this time next year. What were your top sellers? What were your top performing videos? And really, you probably had to have already pulled that information from last year. So what I like to do is every month I pull my sales report, and then I copy and paste my Creator Hub dashboard with the 30-day excuse me, with the and actually you can use Fluencer Fruit to download that too. But I copy that, and then what I do, so every month I do that, and then I analyze my stats and I figure out what's working and what's not, and I use that information to then create my content for the next month. But what I want you to do is go back to this time last year because of the seasonality, right? Did you have, were you selling Christmas trees? Did you make a bunch of money from Christmas trees? I know there's people in this group that made a bunch of money from Christmas trees last year. And so one thing I want you to do is, like I said, go back and look at what sold well for you last year and make sure that those videos are still on the product listing page. If they're not, I want you to tweak something, a title, a thumbnail, so that ideally they'll go back on the product page. And if that doesn't work, or if they were just really top sellers and you're like, I need to maximize my earnings on this, I know it's going to be a good product for me this year, make another video. Right? You can't upload the same video, a duplicate video, but you most certainly can create a new video 1 year later. Here's what my Christmas tree looks like, right? Here is what it looks like after using it for the last 5 Christmases. And here's what I love about it. And here's maybe one thing that you should just know about it. So I want you to go back and find what was working the best for you last year. If you haven't been in the program for that long, you can do the same thing for the last 30 days, the last 60 days. But I really recommend you focus on seasonal items. So like I said, holiday items, holiday decor, gift stuff, kids, toys and games, those sales just blow up over the next like 4 to 6 weeks. Kids, toys, and games I know the commission rate is not amazing. But yeah, Beth, I think that was your Christmas tree, right? Thank you, Michelle. Yes, please click the thumbs up. That would be super helpful for me. And it just literally takes you less than half of a second. Thumbs up. And so I want you guys to look at those things, right? Go back to your stats from last year, assess those seasonal items, and anything that you are planning on buying for the holidays, buy it now or now-ish so that you can get your content up on Amazon as soon as possible. And we are now able to schedule content ahead of time, right? I was working on some content yesterday. I was uploading from my phone, and it was right there. It was, do you want to schedule this? And if you click schedule, one of the options, you can click schedule and, schedule it for whenever, but they have a very easy one-click option for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So they're making it very easy for us. So make sure you guys do that. Do you have any questions or any insights from some of these strategies that I just shared outside of, like, of course, look at the seasonal items and make sure you're creating content for that, but also make sure that you're looking at what earned well for you last year, because that is just going to save you a ton of time. You're not guessing, you're literally looking at the data that supports what you should be doing right now as far as creating new content or tweaking those old videos to make sure that they land back on the product page. So go and try that out. That always is very lucrative for me. I do this every month. So I download my, last 30 days for my on-site and off-site reporting. And then I look at my creator hub for the last 30 days and, pretty much match those dates up. And they give you a lot of insights. If you guys aren't doing that, I do recommend that you start doing that and just put a timer on it. That's what I do, because I can, sometimes I can just go down the rabbit hole and it'll be like 3 hours later. And all of a sudden I'm like, where did the time go? So put a time limit on looking at those analytics and watching videos and all that good stuff. And, set yourself up for success. So, all right, we've got some new people joining a little bit late, playing the mom game. Wonderful. Love to see you here. Hamilton at home joining late. Hello, hello, hello. Good question. Smart RV Travel says, why would you wait to publish on Black Friday if it takes 24 hours to process? Yeah, that's a great question. I wonder so here's the thing, like if you want to publish something, I wonder, and I'm not sure, I haven't tested this, so I wonder if anybody else can give some insight that's used the scheduling feature. I've not used the scheduling feature with Amazon because when I post things, I just want them to be up as quickly as possible. So I'm with you on that. I think one thing though, and one of the reasons why they've now given us that feature is because now, if you guys check your email, right? Like we can't talk about things that are confidential, but if you check your email, especially if you search, for Amazon confidential, you may find information that will help you for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, just go in the group and search around and you'll figure it out. But Amazon always sends out very helpful emails, especially around these holiday shopping events, right? So go search around for that. But basically, they're giving us information that we can use in the future as far as promotions go, as far as products and certain sale aspects go. So I think that would be one of the only really reasons why you would wait to publish on Black Friday. I am curious if it actually takes 24 hours. I've noticed my content gets published. It doesn't take 24 hours anymore. It usually only takes a couple hours. It depends on categories, but it's usually less than 24 hours. And I wonder that if you pre-schedule it, if they review that first. Maybe not because it's not actually being published, but that's a good point. But I don't think it doesn't really take 24 hours anymore. I think it's a lot quicker. So I wouldn't be too worried about that. But that would be a reason why you would post and then schedule it out and wait till a certain date, because you are promoting something and you can't talk about pricing, right? But you can certainly create content that then goes live on that day that the promotion goes live as well. So think about that strategy. Test that out if you like, and check your email to see if you receive that. You should have received that. If you haven't, it's visible within the Creator Hub dashboard, or Creator University. If you look for like holiday guide, holiday HQ, or something like that, I think it is. So yeah, that's a great question though. Let's see. All right. I just started on-site videos a few weeks ago, and it seems like the views, purchases, and analytics are maybe up to a week behind. Is that typical? Yeah. Yes and no. So I know when I checked yesterday, it was lagging till November 8th. And I haven't checked yet this morning, but now I have to check because I'll be so happy if they've updated. It is not typical. No, they haven't updated. So it still says, what we're talking about is if you go to your Creator Hub dashboard, this is not the manage content page, but it's amazon.com/creator hub/manage. Okay. This is where it gives you the content and you can upload content. It's just a different view from the manage content and how you would navigate that, a little bit differently. But right now it's only updated as of November 8th. So there is a lot of information that's not yet in there. It's not typical that they're a week behind. What's typical is about 48 hours. Usually they're about 2 days behind. This is not typical. This is something's going on. Something's going on. And no, it's usually does not take a week. Usually it's 2 days. So yeah. Um, Hopefully they're fixing that soon, but it's really hard to see your data when they don't update it for a week. Come on, Amazon, let's go. But no, not typical. It's usually 2 days, not 6 or 7. So hopefully this week, or hopefully today rather, they'll update it. Um, Let's see. Lori Bloom says, I am new to the program, but I feel like it takes at least a week before my videos are shown. It really depends. I haven't seen that it's taken a week, but it depends how frequently you're looking and where you're looking. I mean, even now, like if I look at my creator hub, let me just see, because I've been uploading every day this week. Those are still in draft. So the ones that I published yesterday or the ones that I submitted yesterday are all published and on a carousel. Actually, one is not on the carousel, but the other one is, and that tells me that it's usually taking like maybe a day, but again, it really depends. I'm finding that it depends on the category. And the product. So sometimes you'll get up there right away. Sometimes it'll take a day. Sometimes it'll take a week. So usually it's not a week though. I feel like something is up with Amazon, and that's why we're not seeing the updated stats for the videos yet. So yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Smart RV Travel says it usually doesn't take 24 hours. But on the weekends, it can take longer. And yeah, I think that's because more people are probably submitting over the weekends, and it probably just slows down the process on Amazon's side. So here's a good question. Any advice on how taxes work at the end of the year? I'm making well over $600 a month and just wondering how much I should be saving to pay off for taxes. Thank you. Yes. So disclaimer, I am not a tax professional. Don't take any of this tax advice unless you consult with somebody who does this for a living, a professional tax advisor or an accountant or someone like that. I have someone who does that for me. I can just give you insight into what I do. So as far as how much you should be kind of putting aside, what I do is I always overestimate because then I always have the money to pay the taxes, and then I always have a little bit left over, right? So typically, I mean, your taxes really depend because it depends on how you're claiming, right? If you're claiming as an individual, it's a little bit different than if you're claiming with your business. If you have an LLC or an S Corp or a C Corp or something like that. But at least with an LLC, you can write off certain purchases. You can write off things that you get for your business, which is creating shoppable videos for Amazon, right? So I personally have an LLC. And so that is how I'm able to write off some of these items that I purchased just for like business purposes. And again, talk to your tax advisor about this. But if I had to say, like, how much, let's say you're making $600 a month, which is awesome, Karina and Brian, way to go. If you're making $600 a month, I would put like 30 to 40% aside. And that is a way overestimation. Like, really, it should be a lot less than that. But that's what I do is typically 30 to 40% I'll put aside, because then I have money for taxes, right? But again, you can write things off if you have an LLC. And I think if you don't have one, I would highly recommend looking into one, because you will have to pay taxes if you're making over $600 a year, right? Especially if you're making $600 a month. So hopefully that is helpful, but I would still, if you don't have an LLC, I would look into getting one. And I would also just look at getting an accountant as well, somebody that can help you with what can you write off, what can you not write off, things like that. Yes. Let's see. Great. This is a great question too. True Freedom says, how can I work Black Friday deals to my advantage if I don't have a social following? So it is a little bit harder if you don't have a way to promote off of Amazon. That's definitely true. But what you can do is make sure that you're creating as much content as possible before Black Friday hits. And you can either publish it now or you can try to be strategic and publish it right before Black Friday. I'm not sure how that's gonna work if, like, a whole bunch of people do that, and it could possibly get delayed, but I don't know. I'm definitely gonna test it and see how long it takes to if I wanna publish something on Black Friday in advance, when does it actually go live so I can report back after then. And I will be going live here on Black Friday. That is only 2 weeks away, you guys, so make sure that you are doing everything you can to get ready for Black Friday, but we'll be live here so we can hang out and talk about Amazon and check on our products and all that good stuff. So yeah, it's going to be hard without an offsite present, but I would just create as much great content as possible for onsite in order to take advantage of those Black Friday deals. Yes, yes. Um, yes. Let's see here. Okay, we've got some good questions here. Okay. I don't know if I want to open this rabbit hole, but we can talk about we can talk. Actually, I'm gonna fishing weekend warrior. I'm gonna come back to your question about the incentive because we're gonna talk about how to contact Amazon next. So I'm gonna come back to that in about 5 minutes. Um, let's see here. Yes. Okay. Beth said, yeah, for games, there's a new credit card or Creator Connections campaign for Hasbro games that showed up in my recommended. It's titled Play-Doh. It has a bunch of Hasbro games. 20% commission. Nice. Everyone go join that Hasbro. That's awesome. I love looking at Creator Connections, especially for those big name brand stuff. And that's a great one. So thank you for sharing that, Beth. I got to go opt into that as soon as possible when I get off here. We have a ton of games. My kids are obsessed with playing games. We're always getting new games, trying out new games. They have like game day at school and things, board game day at school and things like that. So, yeah, make sure you guys check Creator Connections. There is also, man, I wish I had the link, but if you guys look up, and somebody here shared in the group, actually a couple people shared. So I found an incredible video on YouTube where I think his handle is like Amazon influencers, which I don't know. You're not really supposed to do that, but there's a video where he gives you the script to go and basically it searches through all of your all the Creator Connections campaigns and matches the ASINs to products that you already have from your storefront, which is just incredible. And I did this the other day and I found probably like 20 campaigns for products I'd already created videos for and just opted into them. It was pretty fantastic and incredible. So I know that link is in the group somewhere. I think Zoe shared it, maybe Tyler shared it, but it's in the group somewhere and it worked. I love it. And I need to reach out to him and say thank you for doing that. So Anna said, have you seen the new features with Haul? I have not dove into it, but I've heard of it, and this is what they had everyone do the incentive for, right? Haul is primarily items that are $10 or less. I think they said there's some that are $20. But basically that's what they use. That's why they want you guys to do the incentive, right? And by you guys, I mean, I didn't get invited to this incentive, and initially I was upset about it, and now I guess I'm not so upset about it. So let's talk about the incentive and how can we contact Amazon. And I will come back to some of your guys' other questions, but I want to chat about this because we didn't have a chance to talk about it last week because we didn't go live here. But has anyone contacted Amazon and gotten a favorable reply? And I don't want to go down the negativity rabbit hole with this, but this is definitely the Amazon haul. This is why they did this incentive. This is always why they're doing incentives, because they're launching something new and they want content from us creators. One of the very first incentives that I participated in was right before they were launching Inspire. And so it was very similar. It was vertical videos under 30 seconds. Here's how much we'll pay for it. Here's how many you can submit. They did that, and then they launched Inspire with those videos. And so I've not checked out Amazon Haul yet, mostly because I'm just angry for everybody who contributed to it, who didn't get paid. So I'm sorry about that, and I'm hoping that Amazon is going to rectify that. I'm curious if anybody had any success with reaching out to Amazon and then getting their payout upped, because I know I saw a lot of different correspondence going around in the group, and some people said they got through to some, people at Amazon. Other people said that, it was basically like, talking to a brick wall. They didn't know what we were talking about. And some people got responses that came back with, okay, we're going to review your videos. And, there was a glitch, and we'll let you know when we've updated. So, yeah, nobody's really responding. So I think everyone's still upset, and I don't blame you guys. And I know Big Trucking said that he lost money, and that's, I think it's really unfortunate that Amazon does these things and then isn't super clear about what the expectations are and what the requirements are. And like I said, I didn't get the email, but if they're saying, one of the qualifications is that the video has to be engaging, what does that even mean? Like, what do people have to click on it? Do you have to make a sale from the video in a certain amount of time for it to be engaging? So it's all the other requirements were very clear, right? Under $10, these certain categories, vertical, no music, whatever. So I'm really hoping that they're going to pay out everybody who created those videos. I mean, at $10 a video, it's definitely not going to break the bank for Amazon. They used to do incentives for like $500 a video. That was the very first incentive that I did many years ago. They paid $500 per video. So they're really lowering they're really lowering their rates, which is unfortunate. So yeah. Okay. Cooking with Chris says not exactly sure how to contact them, but I should have 40 videos, and they said only 2. That's crazy. Only 2 out of 40 videos, man. Chris said, I participated in the incentive and very confident that they only paid it out on videos that actually made sales. Interesting. That's kind of what I expected. With the engaging, right? So if you didn't make a sale on the video, you're not going to get the $10 for the video. But at the same time, there's so many different factors that go into that. If you created an amazing video, but it never got on the product listing page and no one ever saw it, how is that helpful for anyone? So thank you for sharing that, Chris. That's really interesting. Kind of validates, what I'm thinking by Amazon's like, oh, it needs to be engaging. I think that's a, decent requirement, but at the same time, I don't think they were very clear about that. Yeah. And so, yes, Chris said, that being said, I have many videos that are converting. Would it be bad if I took them down? I wouldn't take down the videos that are converting, but the ones that are not, I don't know. I would leave them up. This is like I know this is a debate where everyone has their opinions, right? Should you keep videos live that are not converting, that are not getting views, that are not getting sales, or should you delete them? And my rule is I don't delete them. I don't know. Nobody knows whether they count against you or not. I really don't know. Amazon doesn't tell us these things. Maybe it does. I don't know. But I will tell you that I have videos from 3 years ago that I haven't made a sale on in a year, and they were on my commission report this week. So it really depends. It's so hard to know. And so I always just leave those older videos up because I have no evidence that they're hurting me, but sometimes they pop up and I make money from them years later. So I would keep them up. Yeah. Yeah, Beth said, thanks for at least empathizing. I know. You contacted them 3 times. Yeah, they said they were aware of an issue and looked into it. Yeah, but very cut and paste. I'm sure there was a meeting that was called internally at Amazon and they were like, oh, crap, all these influencers are pissed because we're not paying them out because, maybe because their video didn't make a sale. It's also like in the amount of time frame. So like, it's I don't know. I could rant about that for much longer, but what's the time frame, of making these sales? And yeah, I don't know, especially if you had, I don't know, maybe if it was just like 4 weeks, and I don't know. So it stinks. Unfortunately, it's going to really demotivate people for the next incentive. So I hope Amazon realizes that after this one, people are going to be way less likely to participate. And like I said, Amazon does these incentives because they're launching something new. This was for Amazon Haul, clearly. And I haven't looked super into it, like I said, because I don't think I don't know. I'm not going to buy much from it because I'm mad for everybody who participated in the incentive. But yeah. Donna lost money as well. Anna only did 3. Oh, Anna did 3 and got paid. Nice. Okay. Oh, Beth, it was $50 per video. Well, that's much different than $10 per video. Somebody told me $10. Yeah, well, $50 is way different. I would be way more pissed off for $50, definitely. Yeah, and yep, True Freedom says, yep, that's exactly what I was thinking. If they said it had to, if the videos, they said the videos had to be engaging, they get to decide that, right? It's just like if you go through all the documentation and read all the terms of service, it's, you only earn as an Amazon associate or an Amazon influencer on qualifying purchases, but nowhere does it actually tell you what is a qualifying purchase. Literally nowhere. I've read everything. I have contacted every single way that I possibly can contact Amazon. I have asked in the webinars. They come back with that cookie cutter response, qualifying purchase. And that's kind of their way of making sure that they can adjust what a qualifying purchase is, because I know that they've done that over the years. The requirements for a qualifying purchase are very different right now than they were 2 years ago. So, what is it? I don't know, but I know it's different. Yeah, Fishing Weekend Warrior did 80 videos and got 4 approved. Man, purchase products using, the link in video. I'm sorry. That's crazy that they only did 4 out of 80. And like I said, I didn't realize, I thought it was $10. I didn't realize it was $50. That's a big chunk of change to miss out on, especially when you take all that time to create these 80 videos. So I would still reach out to them. And somebody posted a couple different ways to contact Amazon. There's so many different ways, right? But one is video-influencer at amazon.com. I don't know if they still, I'll put that in the chat. I don't know if they still respond to that one. I feel like every time I get a new email, like I have a list of probably 50 different emails from Amazon for the influencer program and an associates program that I've contacted over the last 3 years. And 80% of them don't work anymore. They bounce. They don't work. So I think they just move their inbox once it gets too overwhelming. I don't know. It's a bit frustrating. Let's see here. Yeah, True Freedom did 75 and only 6 got approved. So with these 7, so like with these 6, did you make sales on those 6? I'm guessing that that's the engaging part, right? You had to have then made a sale, which would have been really great for Amazon to let everyone know, because then I'm sure you would be thinking differently about the videos that you created. Because if you had to guarantee a sale, you'd probably maybe pick different products, or like not create, let's say 75 videos, and you'd make sure you did like 40 that would convert. I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, Sarah did over 30 and only 3 were accepted. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Is it worth contacting Amazon? Doesn't seem like it right now, but we'll see. Yeah, somebody said they're supposed to get back to everyone by November 15th, which is today. So we'll see. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that they come back and they're just like, all right, we're going to pay out everyone because we want to keep our influencers happy. Hopefully that's the case. Yes, exactly. Beth said, I don't want to dwell on it, but they didn't mention sales at all, just engaging. Yeah, I think that's one of the most frustrating things is they just didn't tell you guys. So yeah. Oh, let's see here. Yes. Hi, Maria. Maria said, I literally have conversations with associates asking about specific ASINs before I made the videos to make sure they qualify. They confirmed them for me, and that is why I continued and made videos. Maria, that's really interesting. And I would, if you have screenshots of that, which I recommend you guys take screenshots when you are doing the chat with the Amazon influencer support and Amazon Associates support, because then you have, that proof, right? They're not always correct. In fact, sometimes they are extremely wrong, just blatantly wrong. But you have screenshots, like Maria, if you have screenshots of that, I would email that to Amazon and say, your support told me that this ASIN qualified for this video. Why didn't I get credit for the video? So you definitely have a case if you have those screenshots. Yeah. Oh, okay, interesting. True Freedom said, I did not notice any sales on the videos that I made. Okay, yeah. Interesting. Melanie said, in past incentives, we submitted links or used a hashtag. This time they said just to post. I think they didn't track it like they thought it would on its own. Yeah, I'm curious how they track that. You're right though, with the hashtag incentives, it's a bit easier to just go and see them all. Like with this or that, right? You could just search that, or you could just go to someone's storefront and search that. Yeah, they've got to have their ways though. Even before they did hashtag incentives though, like I always got credit for all of those. But again, I'm talking like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So that's very interesting. Okay. Let's see. Can you put a link or how to get to the Creator Hub? I can't seem to find it. I get so lost with all the things to click on. Yeah, Adventures of Amy and Ellie. It is, yeah, I'll put a link. It's amazon.com/creatorhub/manage. I'll put that in here. Okay. Now, I'm sure that I skipped over some people's questions, and I just want to make sure that I'm answering everything. So with the incentive stuff, I don't know. I know we don't want to harp on that, but contact Amazon if you want to, or wait and see what happens at the end of the day today. And please feel free, everyone, to post in the group if you can be helpful to the rest of the group and just let us know what's going on, or if you got some correspondence from Amazon. Hopefully it's favorable. I'm rooting for everyone in the hopes that Amazon will pay you guys out, and I'm going to go check out Amazon Haul and just see what it's all about. And I wonder, maybe, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole, but it's like, so now they're launching Amazon Haul with everyone's videos from this incentive. And then what? Are they going to pay you guys out if they become engaging? Because I don't think Amazon has really launched Haul until it was like 2 days ago. I think they announced it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I do just want to talk briefly and answer any questions about operating agreement updates. There have been a couple emails over the last couple weeks, and I know we did talk about it last time. So just want to make sure everything is super crystal clear, and especially as we're coming up on, people doing more creator connections campaigns and doing more offsite stuff. With the operating agreements, basically the biggest things were they very much clarified that you cannot buy something and then get refunded through the seller, right? That is a big no-no. That's always been a no-no. Every seller knows this, and so they're really just kind of taking advantage. Although I see it through creator connections too. So some people just either they don't know, or they have no shame and don't really care. And so it's really interesting that that this is still an issue, right? And it's still such an issue that Amazon had to update their terms or their operating agreement for us to let us know that that's not okay. So if you guys are like, what is she talking about? Basically, there's a lot of sellers, a lot of brands, they'll reach out to you and ask you to do shoppable videos and create shoppable content for their items. And so what a lot of them have been doing, especially lately, is they'll say, hey, can you go buy it? Okay. And then send me a picture of, your order information, and then I'll refund you via PayPal. This is not okay. It puts your account in jeopardy too, because if Amazon ever found out that you did that knowingly, they could shut down your account. The seller, it definitely puts their account in jeopardy. And if they get found out, their account goes away as well. But the reason why this is not okay is because you're manipulating sales data, not you, but the seller, right? So the seller is telling you to go buy the item, and then they're refunding you, but now they're getting credit for a sale, even though it's not a sale. And so that manipulates the sales data, which is very much not okay with Amazon. So I think those are the biggest things as far as the operating agreement updates go. If you guys want to ask any questions, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to go back to these questions that we have here so I can make sure to answer as much as I can before we get to the top of the hour. We're doing a tight hour now. So if everyone shows up on time and asks amazing questions, then we're going to try to keep it to an hour here so that we all have more time to go create content for Q4. I know I've got a whole list of items of products that I need to create for. So, all right, let me go ahead. I'm just going to kind of work from the bottom up here until we run out of time. True Freedom said, Creator Connections, how do they pay you? I have commissions from there, but wondering if they will pay me at the same time or in the same check as my monthly Amazon Associates payment. Yeah, great question. So how do you get paid with Creator Connections? Your Creator Connection, so you'll see, your reporting on the dashboard there. You'll be able to see how much you're making by day, by week, by month. The way you get paid out is it will get added to your on-site total for that same time period. So we are in November. So at the end of November, you will be getting paid out for September sales. And September sales will include on-site, and then whatever sales you made through Creator Connections for September will be lumped into that on-site. And you can check that. Actually, you should be able to see that right now, because usually Amazon will post in the payments history within like the first week or so. They'll post the total that you can expect at the end of the month. So if you're ever like, well, how much am I getting paid? I don't even know. Go check the reports or the payments history. Sorry, you'll see that in the earnings dashboard on both sides, on the on-site and the off-site. And so, but yeah, it'll just get lumped in automatically to your on-site payment. And so sometimes like I always just go do the math. I go pull my reports from, let's say September. How much did I earn with Creator Connections in September? How much did I earn with Amazon on-site in September? Add those together. And that should be what the payment report is telling you you're going to get paid out at the end of this month in November. So check that out. If there's discrepancy, I would write into Amazon, but I would also be checking your Creator Connections campaigns just to make sure you're getting credit for all those sales too, because sometimes they don't always credit you for all the sales and it's very frustrating. But if you show screenshots, I always get credit if I show screenshots, and that's the only time I show screenshots. I'm sending them to Amazon. So yes. Okay. Anna has a question. There are clothing vendors who want to see your back room or copies of your back office. I thought this was against terms of service. Am I wrong? So I mean, yes and no. So yeah, a lot of people have been asking this question because a lot of sellers or brands are asking to see data before they're willing to like send a free sample or anything like that. So you cannot share screenshots, right? So you can't share actual screenshots from the back end of your Amazon reporting. But what you can do is you can download the reports, put them in an Excel sheet, and then send those over if you want to. You can share that data if you want. It's just a lot more work. And I know there are certain vendors and certain sellers who are like, pull the reports from, my brand and then send them to me. And you very much can do that. It's just a manual process right now. It'd be awesome if there was a software for that, though. And if there is, please let me know because I would love to share it out. But yeah, you can't send the screenshots, but you can download the data and put it into Excel and then send it over. I used to do campaigns for Thrasio, and that's how we would send sales reports. Is they would send us which was actually really nice. They would send like an Excel sheet, like a Google Doc Excel sheet, and what you do is you would copy and paste your affiliate reporting or your influencer reporting into the first page, and the second page would spit out all the sales that would be credited like for them. So I don't know if there's a way to do that. I would ask your sellers and your vendors if they have a way to do like to filter out the sales, because Thrasio does it and it's amazing. It's the only reason why I really still submit my sales reports, because I don't really work with them anymore. But that's that's the long answer, I guess, on can you show your back office? Yes and no. No, but you can share the information if you want. Um, let's see. Big Trucking said, speaking of creator connections, to ask for samples, do you use the messenger system or find an email for them? Some say samples are not available in the sample section, but then in the description, some say contact us for a sample. Yeah, so it's actually it's a default setting when sellers are creating new campaigns. There's no option for a free sample, because the way that it used to be was they could check a box, yes or no, for free sample, but now it's just automatically no. They don't even offer that option. So for the sellers that want to give a free sample, they have to include it some other way. So it's usually in the campaign description, or they'll put it in the title, free samples available. So that's why it always says free samples available. No, it's because it's from Amazon. Really needs to they just haven't updated that field. It should just be gone, not no. But as far as sending messages, you can do it either way. I recommend starting with the messenger system, because if they're creating these campaigns, they're likely going to be checking their messages. Now, as we all know, we don't get alerts, right? For any of the correspondence within Creator Connections, you have to be logged in, you have to go check it. Which I think would be great if Amazon would give us some alerts for that as well, so we could better communicate. But I would start there. And if that doesn't work, then you could always reach out via email or send them a message on social media. But I would start there because it's the easiest. Yeah. Are you supposed to use the link they give you in Creator Connections? I'm still really lost. What I usually do is upload my video and my storefront to them, and that's it. Should I be adding to my YouTube or my Instagram? So when you participate in Creator Connections, you are only required to upload one piece of content. And so but you can go further than that. Obviously, the more content you upload and the more you promote, the more ideally you're going to make, right? So that's all you have to do is upload your storefront, take that video link and put it back into the campaign. You can use the Creator Connections link, but you don't necessarily have to. I don't. I use just the SiteStripe link when I'm posting off Amazon, and it works just fine. I'm still getting credit for the sale. I think if you're having issues with getting credit for the sales, then I would use their link that they're providing. But it's basically just like an easier way for you to grab the link because it's right there, as opposed to going to the product listing page and then grabbing the SiteStripe. So I think they're just trying to save you a step. But you can use either one. As long as your affiliate tag is in that URL, you will get credit for the sale. And if you get credit for the sale through Amazon, it will then transfer over to the Creator Connections campaign. So you can test it either way, but either one will work. The campaign link or you can just pull it from SiteStripe, as long as it's an affiliate link from you. So let's see here. Home Hobbies and Health said, I bought 3 types of Christmas lights, and now I'm thinking I should have only done one, since I get credit for related sales. Would you agree? It depends. The credit for related sales is unclear what Amazon calls a related sale. If the video has to be on the product page in order for it to be a related sale, like in the bottom, right, where it has like, sometimes it'll show related videos. But I mean, if you bought 3 types of Christmas lights, I would just do 1 video on each one of those 3, and then I would do like, video 1, video 2, video 3, and then I would do a 4th video where you compare all 3, and then tag those 3 ASINs because ideally, or, what we see from Amazon's guidance is that we can tag up to 3 ASINs and maybe still get on the product listing page. So that's what I would do. I would make 4 videos on those and just kind of see what happens. So, let's see. Beth has a question. I had 3 different friends reach out to me, a product or a Christmas idea list. They made purchases via my storefront or Instagram story link. Amazon didn't pay me for them, I assume because it's friends and family. Yep. I get it, but these were legit and they asked me, so what's the point if friends get disqualified? Yeah, no, it's very frustrating because friends do get disqualified and Amazon spends millions of dollars buying companies that tell them who are friends with each other. So if you are connected to these people in any sort of way online, you're probably not going to get sale or probably not going to get credit for those sales. I know I sent out an affiliate link, or I shared an affiliate link for my book when it launched last week, and I didn't get credit for a lot of those sales. A lot of people bought it, but I didn't get credit for a lot of the sales because a lot of my like Facebook friends, So no, it's just because they're saying, you shouldn't get credit for selling to your friends because they're your friends, and I don't really understand completely why, but yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of their rules, unfortunately. So, um, let's see here. I'm going to do a few more questions here, and then I got to run. Destination Drive says, do you think doing videos on seasonal apparel is a good idea? Yeah, most definitely. Anything seasonal is a fantastic idea right now. Anything seasonal. So, apparel, that's going to be huge. There's already when I look in the Amazon app, it's already like holiday finds, holiday apparel, holiday decor. So yes, most definitely anything seasonal. Like I said, apparel, decor, gifts, whatever that may be, anything seasonal is fantastic. And I would highly recommend that. Yeah. Before we get going, I do just want to make sure that everyone has all the resources that let's see which one would be the most beneficial. I think the Ultimate Q4 content planning calendar. So we already have the 2025 one. This is your Q4. I realize we are halfway through November, so this calendar goes through the end of the year, but this is completely free, and this is to help you think of ideas for content and especially prompts for offsite. If there was ever a time to lean into offsite, it is right now because people are going to be searching for gifts and, how can I decorate my house for my holiday party and what can I bring to my kids, classroom for their holiday party. And maybe that's just what I have going on in my head, but this is a completely free resource, the Ultimate Q4 Content Planning Calendar. We do have the 2025 complete content planning calendar coming out soon. Anyone who's in Influence and Earn, you guys will get that automatically. So that will be shared in the next couple of weeks so that you can start planning ahead to 2025 as well. But this is completely free. It will get you through the rest of the year. And I think that even more beneficial than the actual calendar are the prompts at the end, like the call to actions, right? So especially if you're really trying to grow your social media channels, or even if you're still trying to get into the influencer program, this is going to be a really great resource for you. And yes, Big Trucking, thank you. Hit that like button. I can't see how many likes there are because I'm using my software here that helps me put all these things on the screen, but I would be so grateful. There's 62 people on right now, so I'm hoping there's at least 60 likes, and that would be so incredibly helpful for me. It helps me make sure I keep coming back every week and giving all the knowledge that I can and answering questions and helping to bring this amazing community together so that we can share with each other and encourage each other, especially when we have down days, like we get those emails from the incentive, or when we have up days and we're like, oh my gosh, my clicks were through the roof today. And I just want to share it with somebody who will appreciate and understand that. Um, so yeah, give me a thumbs up if this past hour has been helpful for you. So, and make sure you grab the ultimate Q4 content planning calendar. We will be back next week. We'll be back next week, same time, same place here, and really focusing on what should we be doing as we gear up for Black Friday, which is only 2 weeks away. Cyber Monday is only 2.5 weeks away, and so we'll be focusing on talking about that. I will share any insights that I have. I'll be looking into Amazon Haul. We'll see. I also saw there's an Amazon virtual like shopping room that I kind of was browsing around earlier today, which is really interesting. I don't know if I liked it or not. I don't know, it was a little overwhelming, but that was interesting. Um, oh, I'm seeing one question I just want to answer real quick about live video. So, is doing Amazon live video benefits for bringing traffic to my storefront, or is it not worth the time? Amazon Live. So I'm going to give my 30-second rant about Amazon Live. I've tried it. It's fine. I always found that, if I went live for an hour on Amazon, I would always make more money if I just spent that hour creating shoppable videos. And that's just me personally. I also don't have a huge following on Amazon. So it never really, I would get a couple sales here and there. But I'm also still upset with my Amazon Live because 500 of my followers disappeared about 6 months ago, and Amazon couldn't tell me why. So I built up my followers quite a bit, and then they just got cut in half very quickly. And so I'm a little discouraged about that. But if you have a big following, especially offsite, you should absolutely be going live on Amazon, and the days to do it are going to be on those big shopping days. Yes, it's going to be more competitive, but you're also going to have a better opportunity of people just finding your videos and landing on your videos, clicking on your links and buying through you. So is live video, a benefit? It can be, but it really depends. I prefer to do shoppable videos, but I will be testing it over the holidays, and I will let you all know when I am planning to do an Amazon Live. I actually do have a couple scheduled that I'm going to be doing in the next few weeks, so I will let you all know if you want to come check that out. So thank you everyone so much. Thank you, Michelle, for coming. Big Trucking. You guys have great questions. Regina, thank you so much. Yes, thank you for everyone who showed up. Thank you for everyone who answered questions. And I will be back next week, same time, same place. We'll have some new topics. Really, we'll be focusing on how to prep for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And, we'll see what this week has in store. Hopefully everyone gets great information and, good correspondence from Amazon on that incentive. And if not, we're going to figure out another way to recoup those costs. So we can brainstorm on that as well. So, oh, hey, Liz. Wonderful to see you. I know I'm wrapping up. Have a great Friday, too. Thanks for popping in. Love it. Love it. Lori Bloom, thank you for showing up. Fishing Weekend Warrior, thank you guys for coming. Yeah, we'll be back next week with lots more questions. And I've got some sale items of my own. I kind of already revealed that. And if you guys are looking for a good read this weekend, make sure you grab The Unconventional Business Model. I'll throw that up here just one more time while you guys are all leaving and all that good stuff. And you can get the Kindle version for only 99 cents for it's only going to be for the next couple weeks. So grab it if you haven't already. It's a good read. And if you're anything like me and you're like, yeah, I'd love to read your book in all my free time, which I don't have, the audiobook is in production right now. So that will be released hopefully before the end of the year. And of course, I'll let you all know when the audiobook is ready. But yes, thank you, everyone. If you found this helpful, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you all next